This is a SnapEd New York video presentation.
Hi everyone, it's Leanna again with another cooking demo of the week. Just a refresher, I'm a Master's of Public Health student intern at Bright Side Up, working with Hannah Wise, who's a registered dietitian, and we work on a program called Farm to Preschool, which is a part of Eat Well, Play Hard in childcare settings, where we strive to increase access to fruits and vegetables while also reducing the cost barriers to these healthy foods. This is intended for parents with children in preschool as well as the staff and the community members. Today, Hannah and I are cooking again virtually, and we'll be showing you a quick and easy recipe that features tomatoes. Follow along and make this delicious summer dish at home in no time. As always, we're here to answer any questions you guys may have, and you can submit questions to the email you see on your screen, or simply place a comment in the section below. Let's begin! And here, Hannah is going to demonstrate how to properly wash our hands before we handle or cook any of the food. And as you notice, she does a great job getting all of the surface of her hands, and she even cleans under her wedding ring. Okay, so now that our hands are clean, we can go ahead and rinse off all of the ingredients, so the tomatoes, onion, and cilantro.
Okay, we're gonna start by chopping our tomatoes. So for this recipe, we're just gonna dice everything, dice the the tomatoes and the onions, and then combine them with the rest of the ingredients in the bowl. It's super simple, fast, great summer recipe. So I'm just slicing the tomatoes. Right now, we have a nice big yellow tomato. You can use any kind of tomatoes that you have. Cherry tomatoes work great as well. Tomatoes are a great source of vitamin A, which is really good for your skin and eye health. So there's lots of benefits of tomatoes. We think of it as a great summer vegetable. Alright, and you want to cut all around the tomato. You don't have to eat that part, but every other part of the tomato is good. Now this recipe calls for 3 tomatoes, but these tomatoes that I had at home were quite large, so I'm only using 2. But if you have, if your tomatoes are more medium sized, I would use 3 for this recipe. And note the serving size for this salsa is a 1/2 cup. So if you make it with the recommended amount of ingredients, you should get 6 servings of salsa. Next, we are going to chop our onion. So I have a fresh onion here, so there's no skin on it. It hasn't been cured. But if you have a yellow onion, a red onion, white onion, all those are great. You can also use scallions or green onions instead of the bulb. So how we're going to cut this onion is we are going to cut it in half long ways first. So now if you have skin on your onion, go ahead and peel that back. And then we're going to make another horizontal slice here. And then we're going to do 2 on the top. And then we have our onion all cut up and ready to go, still attached at the end. And then we can just go ahead and dice it nice and easy. The next thing the recipe calls for is 2 chopped garlic cloves. So these are already starting to peel, so I'm just going to go ahead and peel the skin off of them. If you don't have fresh garlic cloves, you can use garlic powder, or you can use some pre-cut garlic that you keep in the fridge. We're just going to go ahead and mince the garlic up. Next, we're going to add our salt, olive oil, and vinegar. So this calls for 3/4 teaspoon of salt, 1.5 teaspoons of olive oil, and lastly 1 tablespoon of vinegar. If you don't have vinegar, you can use lemon or lime. Those are great substitutions. I'm just using a white vinegar here. So there you have it. We have all of our ingredients here, and all we have to do now is mix it up. So I did not add the cilantro. Here's our cilantro. This is an optional addition. You can feel free to add that if you like.
Wow, what a great job Hannah did making that salsa. And I even got to learn some new facts about tomatoes. On this screen, you guys are able to see the cost breakdown for each individual ingredient, as well as the cost per serving. And an important note is that the cost of this tomato salsa without the cilantro is only $2.72, meaning the cost per serving is 45 cents. And Hannah's salsa is perfect because it's so colorful, and it's important that we eat the rainbow, which means incorporating fruits and vegetables of multiple colors in our meals. And don't forget, parents and caregivers, you are a child's role model. They learn from watching you. So if you're trying new healthy foods, they will too. We have some quick tips on tomatoes for you all. To buy the best, you can choose firm tomatoes with smooth skins, and if you find green tomatoes, they'll ripen up at room temperature. You can prepare fresh tomatoes by rinsing and slicing or chopping, and you can eat fresh or cooked tomatoes. And to store fresh, keep tomatoes at room temperature out of direct sunlight for 2 to 3 days, and then store in a refrigerator for up to a week. And lastly are the daily recommendations for preschoolers. They should be getting anywhere between 1 and 1.5 cups of fruit and 1.5 to 2 cups of vegetables. Thank you so much for tuning in. We hope you guys enjoyed this week's video and recipe, and be sure to check back next week.
Thank you for joining us today. We know the healthy choice isn't always the easiest choice, but small changes can make a big difference. Start today by getting involved with SNAP Ed New York. This program is free for those who qualify or receive SNAP benefits. We want to help you save time, save money, and eat healthy. Learn how SNAP Ed can make a difference in your life. For more information and to find your local program, visit snapedny.org. This material is funded by USDA's Supplemental Nutrition Assistance Program. SNAP. This institution is an equal opportunity provider.